Hello everyone, this is my first ever attempt at an ASMR video. We're going to be playing some Spyro the Dragon for the PlayStation 1, and this is one of my favourite games of all time, so I thought it would be a nice one to start with. I do have quite a few games that I would like to do as ASMR playthroughs in this series. This is more of an experiment for me more than anything else, but if you do enjoy this video, definitely consider subscribing and leaving a comment, giving me advice on what I can improve on, what to add. I've never done ASMR before, so it would be really great if I could have some feedback. So let's just get right into the game. I'm going to start a new game here, and I don't have a memory card inserted right now, but that's okay, because this game is pretty short, so we can complete it in one sitting, no problem. We've got the opening cutscene here with the dragons. So this was always my favourite Spyro game of the original trilogy on the PlayStation 1. I did have the sequels, and I had the games that were released for the PlayStation 2 afterwards, but they were never quite as good, so I think maybe because I grew up with the first game, I like it the most, just due to nostalgia, I suppose, but I do have a very soft spot for the second game, so maybe we could play that on this channel as well. Let me know if you'd like to see Spyro 2 at some point. But today we're gonna just be running through this game here, and I'm gonna try and get the 100%, so collecting all of the gems, dragons, the dragon eggs. It's actually 120% once you've completed everything in the run, which is pretty cool. A lot of games from the PlayStation era used to do that. So first level that I really like to do actually is the flight level, Sunny Flight. We're going to be collecting all the dragons, listening to them. They all have pretty cute names too, and they kind of teach you a little bit about how to play the game, maybe giving you hints about certain sections. So this is a secret little area here. So if we jump on these stones, we can open the Sunny Flight level. And that was something that I never found as a kid. I took a long time to figure that out. There is a dragon that actually tells you about it in a later level. And I think they say something along the lines of, try jumping on the stones. So you'd go back and you'd try, jumping on the stones and seeing how that works. So with the flight levels here, we just need to basically complete all of the objectives. So we need to get all the trains, all of the planes, and the archways as well. So we've got all the planes now, and we got all of the trains, so we're just going to go for the arches next. I do speedrun this game, but not the 100% category, so I don't know the route at all, so this is just pure casual playthrough for me. And hopefully we are picking up some of the sounds of the controller as well. I'm using the DualShock 2, so it has quite nice sounds for the analog. And the buttons are very, this controller is very nice actually. I have a lot of good good gameplay with this controller. I like it a lot. And there we go. That is the first level down, Sunny Flight. And we got all the gems. If you get all of the items in the level, then you will get all of the gems. The flight levels give a lot of gems. So now that we've done that, what level should we go next? We need to get the gems from this guy first. An orcs. I think that we will go into Stonehill next, because it's right here. So let's do Stonehill. A very iconic level. A lot of people will have fond memories of this. I think that this level was included with the demo, so if anybody played the demo of this game as a young child, they might remember this one. So we're gonna go all around, get all the gems, and defeat the rams. I really like the rams. They're very cute. And then down this way we've got a dragon in here, lots of gems. So let's get all of these. Really nice. Get the dragon. Linda.
When you free a dragon,
let's see what he has to
on
say.
one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
I think that Spyro does get into quite a bit of trouble. This game is very iconic and extremely cozy for me. Let's get this life also. Can never have too many lives, just in case, you know, something bad happens. We've got Astor here.
After you've freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the Artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya.
He is quite the yapper, it seems. So, we've got a little area down here actually that we can go down to the beach. There's a key in here. And we can actually unlock the strong chest in this level with this key. So let's go get that now. It is just down here. Get the gems while we're down here. There we go. And then we've got Gavin.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong.
So he's telling us about Sparks and how he works. So basically, Sparks the dragonfly, he follows us around when he is a yellow color, or gold, I guess. That's when he has it full health. If you get hit, he'll turn blue, and then if you get hit a second time, he will turn green. And then if you get hit again for a third time, then he actually disappears and you only have one more hit point remaining, and you obviously game over if, well, you don't game over, but you end up dying and you have to go back to your last save, which is the last dragon that you touched, basically. The dragon service checkpoints. Got Gildas up here.
Spyro, my friend,
I
how
think,
about a hit on gliding?
yes, he teaches us about
For the
how to
longest
climb.
glide, press the X button at the top of a jump, and try pressing the triangle button to drop down in mid-flight.
So the triangle button at the end of a glide lets you drop in place. It's good for if you kind of overshoot something and you're going to glide straight past it. It was actually replaced in the second game with a hover. I actually really like the hover. I think it's a great addition to the Spyro movement. So it's a little odd if you play Spyro 2 and then you come back to this game and you don't have the glide anymore, the hover, sorry. It's quite unusual. We're just going around here getting all the gems. We actually have our first thief that's going to be up here as well. I think that he's ran in a different direction actually. Oh no, he's over here. There he is. And the thieves are quite tricky at times, but he kind of messed up there. He completely did the wrong thing. So he went the wrong way. Alright, so I'm trying to find the last few gems here. They should just be over here, I think. Is that all of them? Nice. Okay. And we do actually have to leave through one of these end vortexes, because if you don't leave through a vortex, you can't actually go into Toasty, which is the boss level. So we gotta leave through that. Let's get the gems up here. And we'll go down here next, why not? We'll get Thomas.
Hey, Spyro, press the jump button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks, plummeting into prehistoric glaciers.
Oh, that.
It's a nice little way of the game telling us that we don't have any fall damage. Oops. So we can fall as far down as we want and not get damaged, which is really nice. I'm actually a big hater of fall damage in platformers. I think it's really annoying, so I really like it that there's no fall damage in this game. It's very nice. I think that's all the gems down here, so let's head on up. And there's actually a few gems that are on top of these, so let's get these first and then go back down, and then there's some on the other side that we're gonna get over here. There we go. And then we'll head into the next level, Town Square. So Town Square has one of my favourite enemies in here, the bowls. I think they're really, really funny and cute. Anybody that grew up with the European version of this game might notice a little change with the bowls, actually, and I'll let you have a little look at them first and see if you can see the difference between
Begin exploring
how they look in the European version and the American version.
R2 buttons to get a good look.
So he's teaching us about the camera there. So the balls here actually are quite different in the American version, which is what we're playing now. They have blood on their horns, which was actually removed in the European version, the version that I grew up with. I guess they thought it was a little bit too gruesome for children, perhaps. Gonna get that life there. Get these gems. We've got Delphin here.
Thanks, Spyro. I had the worst itch on the tip of my wing. Oh, did you know that you get your longest glides by pressing X at the very top
tip
of your jump?
Of your jump. Yes. I remember quite a few of the dragon dialogues. And if you charge the balls, they actually get stuck, which is pretty funny. You actually don't need to kill these balls to get their gems. If you charge into them, you grab their gem and they get stuck on the ground. So, if you're feeling kind, you technically don't have to kill them, I suppose.
Spyro,
Did you see a man dressed in blue running around here? He's a thief, and he's stolen a dragon egg. You've got to track him down and get that egg. Run! Run! I'm getting a little winded.
Some of the dragons are quite funny. You will notice that they have the same voice actor for a lot of the different dragons. I guess they could only afford to have so many at the time. Quite common for games of this era, doubling up on voice actors. So I missed a green there, just have to go back for it. And then there's some chests hidden here. Thankfully I know this game quite well, so shouldn't have too much troubles finding the gems, at least in the first kind of few levels. We might struggle a little bit later on trying to find them, but hopefully not. Let's get this gem here and then the dragon, and we should have everything.
Thank you for releasing me.
You do get quite a few of the dragons in this game that kind of just say thank you for releasing me and that's it. Let's check. Yes, we got everything. And we can leave. You don't actually have to leave the level through the vortex if you don't want to, but it's fun. So you can do a little bit of a wall glide here to get over to the next section, but I'm not very good at it. I thought I'd give it a go. But hey, if not, then we just have to run around. It's not too big of a deal. So because we've completed 2 levels, we can go into the boss stage now. So let's do that next. We have to talk to this dragon first.
Cool Flash, do that again.
He's gonna tell us how to get in here.
Portal behind me. You can challenge him now if you feel you are ready.
So the way of getting into this dragon head is you have to complete at least one of the other levels in this homeworld, and you have to leave through the vortex. You can't just exit level through the menu. I suppose it's the developer's way of telling you you have to practice the game just a little bit before you do the boss. So these dogs can be quite a nuisance actually, so the easiest way of defeating them is to flame them once, and then jump, and then flame them again, and that can take care of them pretty easily. But the hitbox on them can be pretty weird sometimes. And also these guys with the sticks, they can hit you from quite far away actually. So you do have to be kind of careful in this level. It's the first real challenge of the game, I would say. And before we get that dragon over there, we can actually go this way. There's a dog here. Yes, he's there. Wasn't sure if he was right around the corner or not. Get this one. Okay, and now we can get the dragon. So far so good.
Nasty Nork has put one of his most devious henchmen in charge of the Artisan world.
I'm actually a huge fan of how in the Reignited trilogy they redesigned all of the dragons to be very unique with all of their own different little designs. I think that that's really, really cool. Something about the remake that I really enjoyed. But there's just something so special about the PS1 version that it just hits a little bit different, you know? It just has that vibe, and the music is just wonderful. I mean, we can hear it in the background right now. It is phenomenal. I hope that that's all the gems. Yes. I always just wait until the gems kind of stop going into the total just to make sure that I've got them all. Alright, so we're almost done with the Artisan lands, which is great. I'm gonna get this guy. And then there's some gems here. And there's some gems on here. Let's get these ones. Okay, and then the last level is actually going to be just beyond this hedge maze here. It's not much of a maze, really. I'm going to get these gems. Now, this might be the most iconic level of this homeworld, Dark Hollow. It's a lot of people's favourites. It's got a really, really nice vibe to it. It's very, very cozy. Before we go up this these little steps here, we're going to go and get the key for the strong chest, which is down here. You can only kill these knocks here, these big knocks, by flaming them in their back, so we have to wait until they turn around, or else they can't be defeated from the front, and they can't be charged either because they're too big for them to be defeated with a charge.
Psst, Spyro, want to know a secret? Use the triangle button when you want to zoom in and look around. Oh, your secret.
I completely forgot that the triangle button even zooms in. To be honest, let's try that. Oh yeah, it does. That's really nice. I'm gonna get this key here. Get all of these gems down here. I'm pretty sure there's some hidden, yes, in between the little pedestals here. Very easy to miss. Let's get back up here. And please let me know if the controller sounds are a little bit too loud or not, and I can try and fix that for next time. But I'm probably going to record this all in one big chunk, to be honest. Just because it is quite a short game. If you played the game before, you'll know where to go and where all the dragons are and everything.
Oh, it's you.
Got
I
out
wasn't
then.
sure if you'd escape those annoying little creatures. Of course, they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Metal armor is
It's
fine,
quite interesting
but a
actually that
charge attack will
the
take care of
game is only just telling us how to defeat the big enemies. So big enemies you have to flame. The small enemies with the shields or the armor, they have to be charged. It's quite self-explanatory, but for a children's game, you might struggle with it at first if you don't really know any better. I know when I was a kid, this was one of my first games actually that I ever owned. It might have been actually the first game that I ever played on the PlayStation 1. I think it was. So it's, me not used to video games at that point, maybe you wouldn't understand that at the time. The PlayStation 1 was actually my first console that I ever owned. I did play a few older consoles at a family member's house, but I never had anything myself as such. So hopefully after this dragon here there's a few more gems and we should be done with this level. I don't think I missed anything, but we will soon find out. Let's have a look. 100. Nice. And the last thing for us to do now is to get to the balloonist and go to the next homeworld. So we should have everything in this entire homeworld. Let's see. I'm just gonna check my inventory screen, and yes, we've got everything, so we can head to the next level. Wow, I see you have been busy rescuing dragons, Spyro. You may travel to the Peacekeepers world if you like. Yes, please. So this is a perfect time to end this first part of the video, and I'll be back next time, and we'll be going to the Peacekeeper's world. So stay tuned for that video. See you next time.